Hey everybody, doing a voiceover instead of a live chat for this video today. I didn't really expect to be uploading one today, but I just bought and tried out Twinblast, and I I can't believe how good he is. He just seems either I'm really in sync with him or he's just that good, and it might be a little of both. So yeah, in the duo lane with a Decker support, Drongo, I he was on rotation last week. He has a lot of damage. He does have a lot of damage. A lot of it is like damage over time, or he's got that boomerang move. But Twin Blast, first of all, has amazing clear. This Decker throughout this match, you're going to see the Decker, and I'm not blaming Decker. Decker is playing just how they need to play, but they'll like attack the enemies and the minions will get out of position, and it really throws me off. But even with all that, I out farm the Drongo. So great poke, early game, and again, this Decker is gonna really come in clutch as far as poking and doing those support things. So most of you watching this probably know this game, know how it works. I'm going to go over some stuff though, because while I'm not actively playing, I can actually think a little bit better. In the duo lane, you're really focused on farm, right? And that's what one thing about Twin Blast. His farm is just so easy to farm. If you're new to Predecessor, caught me saying Paragon. Uh, I would recommend trying out Twin Blast, especially he's a mid-range expensive, and ooh, almost got him with that grenade. He's like 3,000. What is it? The whatever the currency is that you get for playing, and you get that pretty quickly. But if you're wanting to play an ADC, definitely give this guy a try. So back to what I was saying, the duo lane, you're really focused on farm. The support is there to both poke the enemy, uh, bring down minions to where you can one-shot them, disrupt the enemy as much as possible from getting farm. And that's exactly what this Decker is doing, really getting in their heads, really psyching them out and making it to where this Drongo just can't keep up. Quang is an unusual support. He's not even actually recommended. Yeah, I gotta get out of there quick with this gank. Quang is not even recommended as a support, but he has this tether that you see right there, actually, that it can be devastating if your carry follows up. Let's see, got a gank coming in of our own. Got a flash there. Oh man. Oh, seeing Decker doing Decker things. Yep, perfect. Perfect gank there. Good reaction by Quang. So this is the laning phase. This is early game. It's going quite well, but this is definitely a classic early game. It's going to be some ganks. Should be some ganks if your jungler is willing to come over and just getting as many last hits as you can, because that's where all your gold is going to come from, last hitting. I mean, I guess there's objectives like Fangtooth. So this Stormbreaker item, it with how fast the attack speed you get up on this build, it pumps out so much extra damage. It helps clearing as well the lane. It is I'm following a build I saw on omeda.city, and I have to agree. So far, I've followed it the same for a couple games, and it is just so much. I tend to have a lot of damage. So let's cover some of his kit for those of you that don't know. The Q down there, it's a blast with both pistols. It shoots through enemies. So it's just like not a long range attack, but like basically auto, maybe a little bit more than auto. And it does a pretty bonkers amount of damage for just having an ability. Oh, good deal. I'm gonna take some hits here just because I know I can take them. And I see Drongo's, the minions did all that right there. And that's, actually, let me talk about that too. The minions in this game, of the MOBAs that I've played, League of Legends and Smite, the minions in this game feel particularly oppressive. So you just can't ignore the minions, and actually playing around the minions is a big deal. You can freeze lanes a lot better, and it's much more of a strategy in this game than like Smite, for instance. So here I'm not freezing as much, only to get last hits will I stop at autoing. But that's, I want to keep this lane push. We're doing well. Any kind of pressure I can put on this lane is going to take pressure away from the other lanes, or should, if their jungler. Their jungler should be ganking us more, honestly, when we're pushed up like that. But so back to the kit here. I'm a little low on mana for this exchange, but man, get Quang low there. So your E, I just used it. It's like if you use it when you, it's funny, if you use it when you jump, you actually do like a little rocket jump. Otherwise, you do a tumble. Either way, it's a short little dash. And coming from Sparrow, who has no sort of mobility, it is very satisfying to be able to even that short of a little dash, to be able to dash and get away is really nice. Uh, Again, staying here greeting at this point, it is greedy, but like we're so far ahead, and this Decker is there, and I'm close enough to the tower. I felt comfortable doing that. Right click, you've seen me use a few times. You lob out a grenade. It does magic damage, which is interesting, or ability damage. I'm not sure how they categorize it in this game, but the magic damage, I'll say, it's a pretty good chunk, and it slows. There's plenty of times where using that will clinch you a kill or slow them enough to people can catch up. It's a very powerful, and you get those grenades quite often. They do drain your mana if you use them just over and over, but it can be worth it for sure. Here's an example where I felt kind of cocky. I'm going in, and we definitely do a lot of damage, but you could see just how much, just how much the minions did to me there. That was a long, I think that was like a max range. Oh, what a great Decker right there. I think that was a max range ult kill, which it felt pretty satisfying. So covered QE, right click, you just saw the ult. It was a perfect segue there. The ult just does a rapid fire machine gun type of hits, and it does go pretty far. It isn't the most powerful, but the range on it and the rapid fire of it definitely can get you some of those kills like you just saw. If Quang misses that route, I don't want to say there's nothing he can do, but that's, especially being support, there's not a lot he can do at that point. Yeah, you can see I'm using the grenades. I don't have my support at that point, so I'm able to get those long range last hits, and that's another Twinblast. I'm going to talk well about him for a while. He has had a good place in my heart right now. Disengaging because I see him coming in. Decker is taking quite a bit here, and looks like, yeah, they're going to go for it. Just got that off of my grenade. Again, those grenades are a big deal. Yeah, go ahead and disengage here. Don't need to use the teleport. I'll save that super long cooldown. You should get that 70 gold off of just one minion, and I wouldn't feel comfortable getting close to it had I not had the grenades. You'll see at the bottom right, I have 14 stacks on that. I think it's Stormbreaker. You get stacks as you kill minions or anything as you get last hits, it increases the damage of the proc that happens. Ah, that's a mid gank. I didn't even see where I had warded. I didn't see them coming up. Oh well. The damage will go up on that proc, and again, where you're attacking fast on Twinblast, it really adds up. I typically take the cleanse item here. You Most games, I mean, we got Quang, you can cleanse out of his tether. You've got Chimera's ult if you trigger it fast enough. There's plenty of things you can cleanse, so that's usually the better item to take. Oh, Lieutenant Bellica, didn't think I was back, did ya? And there's Quang. Good follow-up. So that's everybody gets wards in this game. I think that's uh, in some ways I really like that. There's no excuse at this point. Like everybody needs to be warding. It's so important to have vision. There's not the traditional. I don't know why Quang came back in. There's not the traditional. Uh, there's one of them. I think I grenaded that. There's not the traditional jungle or bushes of like League of Legends, but you do have those walls that, I mean, they look like they should be see-through, but they're not. They hide enemies behind those. So most often you're just placing wards across that, and that's enough to really prevent ganks. Yeah, and yeah, just like that they surrendered. I couldn't believe it when I was playing this. I mean, we were definitely ahead, and I was becoming a force, but don't surrender. I mean, play out games. The worst case is you get more experience, and you might be able to get experience coming in from behind. Uh, Peek these stats here. Yeah, short game, but I was definitely scaling up. It was going to be a good one. So thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.